Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio, the 20 Lab Challenge. I am your host, Alex, and we are watching FCOG Gaming. You are watching. I'm making. So, as you can see, I made a bunch of stuff, because stuff is fun. So, let's just get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that is a lot of labs. Okay, so... So we are going to need space for an inserter. Oops. Inserters. Adoo. Okay. So if you remember, basically where we were at was, we have all of our red science set up, right? Okay. And we are just going to jump right into the 20 lab thing. So basically, what's going to happen, I'm going to have 2 belts here eventually, so I'm just going to make it that way to begin with. And I'm just going to have this belt as a placeholder right now. I don't really need it yet, but I think it'll be good to have. We can just click and drag these down. There we go. And we will use this, or these, to reach that other belt. I think what I'm going to do right away, let's make another underground belt. And I'm actually going to replace this segment with that underground belt. And what we're going to do is we're going to have another placeholder belt here for our green science. And what that's going to do for us is basically, it's basically future-proofing everything. So kind of thinking a little bit ahead here. I'm not going to worry about clearing off this belt because because I have a lot of like purely red science research to do. So I think all of that should get used up with that. So we'll go ahead and do something like this. Get these going. Oops. Get that down there. Something like that. Alright. So we've got military. Let's kind of expand on our military research a little bit. Get some glare off of my light here. Actually, first let's do optics so that I can actually make some lights for you guys. Because I know it's kind of annoying watching when there's not lights. Alright. And then, all that requires green science. Let's get turrets out of the way. Man, that goes fast with all these. Turrets. Steel is a good one. I should probably get at least 2 more factories set up for this red science because I'm burning through these ridiculously quickly. That's a green one. Landfill's a green one. Let's do walls. Just get all of these knocked out. It'll be awesome. That's green, green. I think the rest of them are just like bullet damage type things. Armor crafting's a good one. Alright. So we'll put these down here. Crafting 2, might as well. get our electric set up here. Might as well kind of space it out a little bit here. Come on. There we go. Something like that. Should be fine. Let's go ahead and copy and paste these. Get those going. Yeah, because we are already short. That's not a good thing. Okay, so bullet damage 1. Let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, these should get used up way before I'm even in the market for green science, so that's good. Alright, and our mines are caught up, but we don't have nearly the mines to support what I want to do. But that's fine. That's okay. I am going to grab a bunch more iron. Something like that. Get all that going. Alright. So we're almost keeping up here. We're almost keeping up. I might need a couple more factories. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll kind of see where that puts us. Come on, click where I told you to. Might as well just get all of the purely red science knocked out right away, huh? Okay. That should be good for a little bit. Looks like our gear wheels are keeping up, which is fantastic. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and craft some of this stuff that we've unlocked, mostly the military stuff. So that requires steel. I'm not going to make that right now. Light armor would be a good investment, though, as well as a machine gun and a shotgun. And let's make, I don't know, 25 magazines. Should be fine. How do I switch weapons again? I don't know. Oh, there it is. It didn't let me because I didn't have ammo for it. That's... And while I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and we'll set up an actual ammunition factory when we get there. That should be fine. Put that right there, maybe branch off, have our steel processing here. And for green science, what do we need? Insert or transport belt. That's it. So that should be good. All right. That's good. I was going to have a bunch of lights for you guys, right? Just make a bunch of those right off the bat. Okay, and our ammunition factory. Let's build that right off here. Not going to need a ton of it, just for the fact that hopefully I'll be upgrading to uh, piercing ammunition or whatever that's called pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and make some shotgun shells too. Alright, all sorts of stuff going on. That's great. Okay, how are we doing on power with all this stuff going on? We're at about half capacity, and we do have the ability to branch off another thing, so that's fine. That's just fine. Okay, might as well put some of these lights down. So we'll have that, have some down here in our research area. Here in our science area. Some down in our mining area. Some in this smelting area also. There we go. That should help out a little bit. Alright. Oh, I'm not researching anything. Why am I not researching anything? Let's do shooting speed 2. Should be okay. Alright. So, let's get to green science, shall we? Gonna need a bunch more belts. Not even counting anymore. So we'll bring those over like so. If I can get them lined up here. Alright. So my main idea here is to make a bus. I'm not very good at buses, just because I've never really had to do them before. But should be okay. So what we're gonna do, I think, is gonna need a bunch of factories to start with 10. I think I'm gonna start with a copper wire bus. I might be able to just pull it off of this line right here and have a copper wire line going, and then have that be what you call it, for the electric circuits. And then I also am going to need more gear wheels, and we should be able to put those all together, hopefully. So let's see here. I can fit 4 copper wire factories right there. So let's see how that works out. You're also going to need a bunch of inserters. Just keep a bunch of them right there. Never used box here. Let's limit that to 1 stack. There, we'll power that inserter up. We'll get that producing. Alright, what else we got? Shell damage. Alright, and that seems to be going pretty well, actually. So, good. Awesome. Okay. So, copper wire. And actually, I might be worth. Hold on. It's going to be worth having fast inserters for these. I can still set this up, but it's ultimately going to be upgraded immediately. But we can set it up just to get things rolling here. Alright, and I think that's all I need copper for, so I think I'm going to pick these up. Actually. Have something like that. Now, circuits are going to need copper plates more than they need iron plates. So is the best way to do this, let's see here, let's bring this down. Is the best way to do this let's see here, one on each side and then have an output? I think we'll have the input on one side and the output just on the other. Hopefully we can get away with that. Alright, we're going to need more factories too. Just exhaust that. Let's grab a bunch of iron here. So we'll have that, and then we'll have the wires running. Oopsie. Like so. And then the iron running like so. And we'll have you building. Those. Let's go ahead and upgrade these right away. At least the input. I don't know if the output necessarily needs it. We'll see. And then we'll use fast inserters for the copper wire input here. Dang it. That's going to bug me. Okay. Like that. And then we need some long-armed inserters. That's going to be that. Okay. So let's get all this wired up. Do something like that. And then something like that. Oh, you don't have power. That's unfortunate. Okay. So we've got all those going. That's awesome. That means we are also going to need a bunch of gear wheels. So I think what we're going to do with that is basically the same thing, just on the other side. And can I copy and paste from this far away? I can. Some more power poles. Gonna need some more wood here soon. Just do something like this. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. All right. So we've got those going on. So we should be able to merge these together. Let's trim this up a little bit here. So we'll have these meeting here, like so, like so. Do. And I think that's all the stuff that I can do that's purely red science. Oh, electronics. Probably should have done that a little sooner. Alright, so we'll bring that down like that. We're going to need some more factories here. And we can do, well, 3 currently. Oh, that needs factory 2s. I forgot about that. Okay. So we'll get that going. So another thing that I need to think about is the fact that I need belts. Well, let's actually, let's pick these up for right now. So the belts might be interesting because they're going to be using the same iron gear wheels. Now I've exhausted everything, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to research. Let's start with oh, fucking hell, man. Tool belt. Have that as our default once we get this set up. I am going to need some assembling machine 2s. And in the meantime, I can set up some inserter factories. So what I think I'm going to do with that is we are going to grab a splitter, have this split off, we'll also have our iron split off. Like so. Actually, I'm going to do something like that so that it's only on one side. We're going to bring these all the way down. Alright, and that should be all that I need for my belts, which is nice. And I need more iron. So let's go ahead and grab that from up here. We'll grab some copper while we're at it. I'm going to need some more iron mining capacity as well. Okay. We can cross that bridge in a second here. Let's go ahead. Get those going. Get these going. That ran all the way down there. I need more inserters. Oops, that's not. Some more of those going. Do. Do something like that. Alright, let's get these inserters rolling here. Oh, they need iron too? That totally makes sense, but I completely forgot about it. Also, this isn't good. Shit. That's not what I wanted to do. So we'll pick... Let's see here. What I can do, actually, it's actually a mistake that is probably a good thing. Just go ahead and pick those up. So, like that. Let's go ahead and copy and paste before I forget. Get some long-armed inserters. While those are crafting, we'll set these up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So something like that. Ideally, I would have this on the other side of the line, just because those red inserters are going to be picking up a lot more than the close inserters, but should be okay. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. And we'll have our output line go down like so. Let's get that cranking out. Alright, we'll have this come down as well. Let's get all of this input put in. And we will have an output line for that as well. Oops, that's, I don't want that. There we go. In fact, I can stop that there. Okay. So that's our transport belt and our inserters. So let's go ahead and do we'll put those together somewhere down here. Something like that. And let's actually loop that up around here, and we'll start making our red science. So we'll have something like that. Inserter, belt, inserter. Oops. Something like that. Should be okay. And you are going to be making green science, as well as all of you guys. Okay. Something like that. Let's pick up a bunch here. Okay. And we'll have our output belt here. Another here. And those can actually join up like so. So something like that. Inserters. Guess we'll just steal them off the belt here. Like so. So we've got our green science. Now all we have to do is run that up. Through here. And I think what I might do, actually, is I'm going to move this placeholder. And we'll do something. Oops. No, what I wanted. We'll do something like this. There we go. Awesome. And we're out of iron. But this should at least give us an idea of what we're doing here. Hopefully. There we go, and it seems to be working, which is always good. Great. Good, great, grand. Awesome, good, good, great. Okay. So that's going to run out of iron really quickly. But we do have green science set up. We have it going to our labs. And we are pretty good to go. So, as you can see, I almost pointed to my screen rather than using the mouse. Down here, I just need to expand my iron. That'll keep this belt full, which will hopefully keep these guys busy, which will fill this belt. So, I'll take care of that in the next episode. We are a little bit over half an hour, which is okay. But I am going to put a cut in this video. Big boy stretch. Ooh. Alright. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are enjoying these videos, please feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel tremendously. And Yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, take care of yourselves out there.